This video is going to go about showing you how to complete the King's Fall challenge modes. The challenge modes for King's Fall are the exact same they were back in the Taken King. Absolutely no difference. No differences in the raid as well. Everything plays the exact same. So if you're already familiar with the challenge modes, maybe you were around when I posted the guides way back when, you're all good. They're the exact same fight. If you're brand new to this game, first up is Warpriest. To complete the Warpriest challenge mode, all you simply have to do is make sure nobody in your fire team is the aura holder more than once. So you can only hold the brand of Initiate one time. If you're brand new to this game and you're totally unfamiliar with this fight, split up to 2 and 2. 2 go left, 2 go right, 2 go middle. I'm a part of the middle team. Each team will have to fight off a few waves of adds. Then you will hear a scream from the Warpriest. That will spawn 3 major knights. 1 middle, 1 left, 1 right. After taking out those 3 knights, then a sequence will spawn. There's 3 plates, 1 middle, 1 left, 1 right. You will need to step on those in accordance with the sequence. Whoever is last in the sequence will be the aura holder, so plan accordingly. As far as setups go, Black Spindle is the way to go. If you don't have access to Black Spindle, that's perfectly fine, but make sure that you have your best sniper. So here we go. So the sequence has started, and I'm going to call it out. Left's up first. I'm telling my teammate to hop on. I'm saying middle's next. Somebody grab middle. I'm grabbing last because I'm going to be the first aura holder. Here we go. I'm hopping on last. Now I have the brand of the Initiate, and now the rest of my team can do damage on the Warpriest. Aura holders, you see, brand of the Initiate times 5. So it will give you a countdown. You have to kill an add before that hits 0. Once you do that, then it will go brand of the Initiate times 4. You will get another countdown. Again, you will have to kill an add before that countdown hits 0. And then you'll rinse and repeat that until the last brand of the Initiate gives you your last couple seconds to do damage on Warpriest. Now, the reason why you want to take that as low as possible is so that your team can maximize the amount of time that they're able to do damage on Warpriest. So aura holders, you have to make sure you know the power of your weapon that you're using. You will be killing acolytes, which you'll see here in a second. I know I have it paused. You'll be killing acolytes just over down in the little lower level pit area. And I'm using a scout rifle, and you'll see me kill an acolyte and take away about 5 seconds that we could have used to do damage on Warpriest. So aura holders, just be aware of the power of your weapon and how much it's going to take for you to kill one of these little acolytes. A lot of teams will be able to one-phase him with a weapon's a light bubble, a couple tethers. You're really going to melt his health. At most, you're probably only going to need 2 phases, maybe 3 if you have crappy guns and under light. But more often than not, you're only going to need 2 phases max to kill the Warpriest. It's really, really a short encounter. So here we go. So you'll see here, trying to pick out a target, and I don't know the power of my scout rifle, and I kill him and take about 4 seconds away that we could have done on damage. Now, aura holders, you can do double duty, but if you're brand new to the raid and you haven't run the aura before, I would suggest just focusing on making sure your time doesn't run out. So you saw it was brand initiate times 4, now it's times 3, now it's times 2, and then it will go to the last one after this next kill. So my team, we always go to right, and then we rotate to middle. So this is the last 10 seconds. I'm telling them we're going to rotate middle here soon. We're going to rotate middle. I'm trying to find my kill. I'm saying, okay, rotate middle, rotate middle. This is what my team does. If you want to do a different strategy, then do a different strategy. We go to right, and if we don't think we're going to one-phase him, we run to middle to take out this totem and have it disappear. Then we will go to right again to finish him off. Doing the exact same thing, you're going to have more adds spawning in. As you'll see, his health fairly low, and that was from 1 phase. So you can definitely one-phase him if the aura holder's doing double duty. You got a weapons a light bubble, you got a few tethers. Black Spindle, again, is the way to go. But if you don't have Black Spindle, it's not life or death. There's plenty of great snipers. You're going to be doing a ton of damage regardless. I'm going to cut ahead to the end here. So we've cleared out the waves of adds. Now the knights are spawning. Again, there's going to be 1 middle, 1 left, 1 right. After you kill them, the sequence will then start. I had the aura for the first damage phase. That means I cannot have the aura for the second damage phase. So here we go. The knights are getting taken out. I'm going to be calling out the sequence. Left's up first, calling it out. I got middle. I'm calling out for a teammate to go to right. Calling out for a teammate to go to right. Once he's on there, he has it. We can leave our plates, the people that are on their plates. You have to stay on Just if you are unaware of that, you have to stay on until the sequence is complete. Also, here you see I'm immune shots. You got to make sure you're close enough to the aura holder so you can do damage. And let's say, for example, that our aura holder gets killed. It will then at random give it to somebody else on the fire team. Say he gets killed and it gives it to me. That's a wipe. You cannot have the aura more than once. And there you go. Very, very quick. Very, very easy. A very fast encounter. Like I said, a lot of teams will be able to one phase him. At most, you're only going to probably need 2 phases. Next up, we have Gary. And for Golgoroth's challenge, each person needs to hold his gaze during a damage phase. So what me and my friends do is we number everybody. Again, this is just what works for me and my friends. If you want to use something else, then by all means, use something else. So we number everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So everybody knows their number. Everybody knows their role. 1, 3, and 5 are all going to be taking the gaze from the same spot back by the back left orb, which you'll see when we get into some clips, but I just want to explain it and then we'll go. And then 2, 4, and 6, you are taking the gaze in roughly the same spot. So what we do is everybody's gathered up near the front of the room. You've cleared out the ads. You've got ammo. You got your black spindle on. If you don't have black spindle, your next best sniper, you're ready to go. You're locked and loaded. We have our gaze grabber number 1 take his gaze. As number 1 is taking the gaze, our DPS team moves down into the pit, popping a weapons a light bubble, and now they are working on taking down front right orb. As they're taking down front right orb, gaze grabber number 2 is then going to take Gary's gaze, and then he will start to flip around. As he's doing that, gaze grabber number 1, you will then rush down into the pit to join the DPS team. DPS team, you will then start going ham with your snipers. Hunters using your tethers, you got weapons alight. Unload as fast as possible. Gaze grabber number 2, you will be giving a countdown. 18 seconds, 15 seconds, 12 seconds, etc., etc. At about 10 seconds, gaze grabber number 3 will leave the pit and go to that same area where gaze grabber number 1 took Gary's initial gaze. Gaze grabber number 3, you will then need to take that gaze before the time runs out to keep the gaze passing. Once gaze grabber number 3 takes the gaze, everybody will hop out of the pit. And then the remaining people that need to grab gaze, they will go to their respected spots. So number 4, he'll be up next. So number 4 is taking the gaze where number 2 took the gaze near front right orb. Then 5 will be up next, then 6. Once everybody has captured the gaze, then you'll go through the same cycle again. You'll kill the ads, you'll get ammo, then you'll get ready to go. The same person doesn't have to go in the same order every single time. We just always feel it's easier to label everybody 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and have them do the same thing every single time. So here we go. Now we can get into some clips. I'm gaze grabber number 2. Number 1, you see he's across the way, back by back left orb on that little platform. Now we are going to get set up. Our Titan's going down to pop his weapons a light bubble. Now first gaze grabber grabs Golgoroth's gaze. Now we're going to take down front right orb. Once that's taken down, I'm going to take gaze. I'm calling out, I got gaze. 18 seconds, 15 seconds, giving a call out. Go ham, snipe, tether, make sure you got weapons. Then at 10 seconds, I'm calling out, there goes our teammate, gaze grabber number 3, giving them a countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. They grabbed gaze. Now up next is gaze grabber number 4. You want to grab it as soon as possible. His back is open. I'm calling for them to get it. Gaze grabber number 4 has gaze. 5 is up next. His back is open. Take gaze as soon as possible. Gaze grabber number 5 has it. Now 6 is up. His back is open. Take the gaze as quickly as possible. Cool. Our 6th teammate has the gaze. We're all good. Everybody had gaze for that damage phase. So in this strategy that we're using, and I'm sure most people use, we have gaze grabber number 1 in that left-hand corner where that platform is. They take it, flip him around, we go down, get set up, take out front right orb, and then me, gaze grabber number 2, I take his gaze, then we do DPS. So another thing you can do, and we normally would do it, but We haven't done this raid in so long that we decided not to, but you could have me, who's number 2 in what you're seeing now. I could be the number 1 gaze grabber, and I could take his gaze by front right orb or front left orb. That way everybody's down in the pit doing DPS, and that person doesn't have to run from the back left corner, just so you have more time of everybody doing DPS. It's just easier to take his gaze if you have somebody flip him around for you than trying to take it looking over him, because you have to shoot him in the back. So on that, if you have one person taking it and then everybody's just already down doing DPS, you have to shoot over his back. It's just a little inconsistent. Sorry if I just confused you guys that are brand new to this game, bringing up a different strategy. I was just mentioning it because it's something else you could do. Either one, it doesn't matter. He doesn't have a ton of health. It's only going to take you 3 to 4 phases to do most groups. Black Spindle, again, is the way to go, but if you don't have it, no worries, just use your best sniper. So here we go again. I'm going to flip him around for my teammate, shoot him in the leg to turn him around. So I'm flipping Gary around. I'm telling people to head down. Titan, go pop your bubble. Start working on front right. Gaze grabber number 1, grab gaze. Then I'm going to grab gaze. Waiting for front right to be popped. Front right is popped. Here we go. I'm taking gaze, calling it out. 16 seconds, 15, 14, 13. At 10, gaze grabber number 3 is going to bail. 10 seconds, they are bailing to go over to that platform where gaze grabber number 1 took his gaze. I'm calling it out. 3, 2, 1, take his gaze. Gaze grabber number 3 took it. Now 4 is up next, taking it where I took it. Then 5 is after that, taking it up over on that left platform, and so on and so on. For your Titans, have them run Helm, as that will help with ads down below. Now when Gary's health's about 30% and lower, you will have Taken spawn down in the pit instead of Cursed Thrall. Having somebody switch to a sword is very helpful, as the Taken can get very annoying and get you killed quickly, as they will spawn pretty much right on top of you, whereas Cursed Thrall are coming out of the doorways down in the pit. So that's just something we do. We have one of the DPS team members switch to a sword once it's the Taken phase of the fight. That way they can just clear out the Taken, as the Taken can be overwhelming, as they'll kind of spawn on top of you while the rest of the people are doing DPS. They can clear it out to make sure nobody's going to get killed. Again, challenge for Gary. Everybody has to hold his gaze every time you do a damage phase. You can't hold the gaze twice during that damage phase of passing the gaze around. Also, which I've had happen before, way back when, if somebody shoots Gary before we're ready to do damage and captures his gaze, that's counting, so you're going to have to wipe. Whenever you take his gaze, be ready to do damage, and make sure once you start taking gaze, everybody has to grab his gaze. Next up is Oryx, and just like Warpriest and Golgoroth, his challenge is not changed. It's the exact same. To complete Oryx's challenge, you need to take his health from 100% to 0% in one go, meaning you have to detonate 16 bombs at once. Those unfamiliar with this encounter, it takes 16 bombs to kill Oryx. So you need to detonate all 16 at the same time, taking his health from 100% to 0% in one go. That is how you complete Oryx challenge mode. Now, for each round, just for those that are unfamiliar with the fight, you will be able to get 4 bombs each round. So it should only take you 4 rounds to amass 16 bombs. Maybe you get a bomb or 2 eaten. That's okay if a bomb gets eaten, but you will have to go another round and make sure that you have 16 to detonate. You can't do 15 bombs and then detonate 1 bomb the next round. You have to detonate all 16 at the same exact time. Rock snipers, whatever your favorite one is, and I would rock Sleeper Simulant to help take out the ogres as quickly as possible. We're doing the strategy that I'm sure pretty much everybody's doing. You got 3 as the plate team, you got 1 runner, and you got 2 up top. We always number our plate people. You'll have first plate, second plate, and third plate. First plate person is always going to be with the runner. Make sure you allow your runner to hop up first. You do not want to beat your runner on top of the plate. Then you have the other 2 plate people. They'll be focusing on taking out their ogres and then their knight. The 2 people up top is going to go around first plate, second plate, third plate, fourth plate. They will be helping each person with their ogre and then focusing on fourth ogre, whereas the other plate people, once they're done with their ogre and knights, can help clean up 4th ogre if it's still alive, and then everybody as a group can help on 4th night if they want to. Now you will be skipping the bombs phase since you're not doing any detonation, and you'll have to do baby Oryx 3 times. If you're doing it in 4 rounds, if you have to go an extra round, you'll have to do baby Oryx an extra time. Make sure to focus on taking out as many thrall as you can. Titans, save your bubble for inside. Helm of Fate 14 is great again, as any thrall that come inside will be blinded by your bubble and everybody can kind of hug your bubble. And all you have to do, use some of your sniper, use a sleeper shot or 2 to take out baby Oryx. He's very easy. So now we're on 2nd round, and I know he's going to the back, so I'm calling out to plate 2 and 3. You're up front. Plate 1, we're in the back. Remember, plate people, after you take out your ogre, you need to take your knight out. Those are the dangerous enemies, as they will eat the bombs. Remember, your knight spawns opposite of your plate. Up top team, be aware, Touch of Malice is not the king that it used to be with the Blessings of Light cheese. They fixed that. So you're not going to be able to just spam Touch of Malice up top anymore. We had our team up top using Sleeper Simulant and their snipers to wreck ogres. Now, Touch of Malice still wrecks if you're in the aura, so for like daughters, yeah, rock Touch of Malice. It's still a freaking monster. But they just fixed that, so up top people, you're not going to be able to use a Blessings Light bubble and Touch of Malice. Though, you can use Touch of Malice, so the aura I'm going to get from this guy right here, the Vessel, and I'm taking him out. You'll see the Brand of Immortality. You can use Touch of Malice like you used to with the Blessings Light in this bubble. I'm going to fast forward to the end here. This is our last round. We will get our last 4 bombs that we need to make sure that we have 16. Again, the challenge, you're taking him from 100% health to 0% health by detonating 16 bombs all at the same time. So you will have 4 people, 1 going to each plate, and 2 people doing damage on Oryx as they are detonating. We have labeled that beforehand, before the fight started. We told, hey, person A, you're going to front left, person B, you're going to front right, person C, you're going to back left, person D, you're going to back right. And then me, as the runner, and whoever isn't assigned a plate, they will be doing damage on Oryx as the bombs are getting detonated. This should be a good opportunity, runners and whoever's left over, to switch to Touch of Malice, as you will be in the Brand of Immortality. And that way you will be able to spam that constantly as the bombs are detonating. So here we go. We're going to have to stun Oryx. Once we do so, the people are going to run to their respected plates, and I will call it out, and they will detonate. So here we go. We just got to stun him. Wait for his belly to open. Here we go. He's almost stunned. There he goes. I'm calling it out. Okay, go detonate. 3, 2, 1, go detonate. Everybody's detonating. Our flex player switched to Touch of Malice as you see him spamming it. And now the Corrupted Light is detonating. We're doing damage on Oryx, so the bombs take. Doing more damage. Then you will have a seizure as the screen goes white. And there we go. Goes from 100% health to 0% health. He does have his last stand where you'll have to finish him off. But there you go. As long as you've detonated all 16 orbs and taken him from 100% to 0% health, you will have completed the challenge. So here we go. He's opening up his stomach for his last stand. We just have to finish him off. And there you go. Hopefully this video was helpful, and hopefully it helps you guys get the challenges done this week. Have a good one. See ya.